Right, let's get more on this. We cross to SABC News reporter Hasina Gori, who's covering the story. Very good afternoon to Hasina. Take us through what happened in court.
Good afternoon, Nzinga. Yes, as you've mentioned, that guilty verdict being handed down here at the Johannesburg High Court, quite an emotional day here. We saw a lot of activists as well as political parties and family members of both sides gathering here from the morning, coming out in support and in hope of getting justice for Tshegofatso Pule, the pregnant, 8-month pregnant woman who was found hanging in Durban in 2020. We heard with the family earlier on. We spoke with the uncle, a lawyer who's been also here, walking through this process with the court and the families. Really, really emotional. We heard those, responses when the judgment was handed down, as well as in the courtroom. I want to bring in the family members that are here outside a court, an aunt that has been here. Thank you so much for speaking to us. We heard that judgment, just now being handed down. How are you feeling? Is there some kind of closure for you right now?
Yeah, there is some kind of closure. We are happy that at least the justice did take place. Although, as a family, how we wish that judgment can raise Tshego, can bring Tshego back. That judgment can bring Kamano back. Unfortunately, we can't. Shoba, after 20 years, he will be back with the community as if nothing has happened. With us, it's gone and gone forever. The only thing that we can point is the tombstone to say, yeah, lies Tshego and Kamano, and that's it. But we are happy and would like to say to all South Africans that thank you for your support. Thank you for your support. And I think I wish this judgment can send a message to all the people that are busy killing women for doing nothing. For doing nothing because Tshego died. For bringing a child in this world. That's all what she died for. But it's okay. Thank you.
Thank you so much. That was the aunt here speaking to us outside the court, quite emotional. We heard from the uncle as well saying that, while they're happy about this judgment being handed down and that the person who perpetrated the actions was held, accountable, it's still a wound that the family is going to be holding. I want to bring in someone who's been following the case since the beginning. How are you feeling? I remember speaking to you outside court during, when they were still trying to find out, and when Malepane was not even arrested at that point. How are you feeling?
Sure, it's I'm extremely emotional, as you can see, as everybody else is, that's been with us from the beginning. It is a victory. It is tears of joy, but also those of sadness, because for the very first time we can actually sit back and begin grieving and begin processing every single thing that the past 2 years has done to us, making peace and coming to, making peace with the fact that Tshego and Kamano will no longer be with us anymore, But also, we really must say thank you to the NPA for handling this how they did. The integrity that the SABC showed with this case, everything has been absolutely remarkable. The community at large, everybody that has been there supporting us, it is such a great victory for us. It's a great victory for all of us.
Thank you so much. That was someone from the foundation who is speaking to us here. The community, talking about that community that has been here in support. And I want to bring in the gender-based violence brigade of the country, who's been busy, also here outside a court, telling us and calling a support against gender-based violence. And I want to just, get some sense from you. How are you feeling right now being here, hearing that judgment?
My name is Tshegofatso from the Department of Community Safety. As members of the Gender-Based Violence Brigades, we are so grateful to hear the magistrate telling that he's going to sentence this man. And the judgment, it's so powerful. And we are saying today, as the brigades, let the law take its course. Shoba must rot in jail. He was the mastermind of killing Tshegofatso Pule. He sent the people to go and finish the pregnant woman. Can you really just imagine? Then this man must rot in jail. We don't have time for the people who are like Shoba in this country. We are saying they are turning this country into a banana republic, and they must rot in jail. We say no woman must be touched. No woman must be beaten by men. No child must be raped by this senseless man. We are saying enough is enough. Sithi phambili nge-gender-based violence phambili. Sithi phambili ngabo mama phambili. We are saying we've got no space for the rapist. We've got no space for the pillars, for the people like Shoba. Phambili nge-GBV phambili. Phansi ngama-rapist phansi. Phansi ngababulali phansi. Makajike ejele aboshwe uShoba makarothe ejele.
Thank you so much. That was the Gender-Based Violence Brigade here outside court. We know that one of the second pandemics that the country has been facing is the gender-based violence, quite a scourge in our country, and something that both the NPA, the police, as well as government has been trying to really work hard against it. I want to bring in the NPA, who haven't had a chance to speak to just yet. Pindi, thank you so much for speaking to us. We heard that guilty verdict, from the judge earlier on. What will be the NPA calling for in the sentencing?
Well, we will be arguing for a life imprisonment term because we need the court to send a message that there is no space in society for perpetrators of gender-based violence. We need the court to be sending a message that will serve as a deterrent to like-minded individuals.
And how are you feeling, how's NPA feeling following this judgment that came? It's been quite a long case that has been going on. It had a very difficult elements, a single witness. How is NPA feeling?
Well, we are oozing with pride, knowing that we have committed prosecutors that continue to bring their best in presenting the victims of gender-based violence and many other crimes that are happening in our country. We also need to applaud the work done by Captain Mpete, who was working closely with Advocate Mohammed, as well as the witnesses that came forward, because remember the strategy was first get Malepane so that we can get through to Shoba. But then we needed witnesses to corroborate what Malepane was going to say in court. So we also extend our gratitude to those witnesses as the NPA. Also, technology worked in our favor as well. So it just shows that with the evolving of technology, what we can achieve is the criminal justice system. So the evolution of technology played a huge role as well in this case, and we remain grateful for everyone that played a part, because it's not the success of the NPA alone. We had people who partnered with us, we had friends that came forward and wanted to play a role in this successful prosecution.
Thank you so much. That was the NPA's Pindi speaking to us here outside of the Johannesburg High Court, where that judgment was handed down, quite an emotional one, an anticipated one, a story that captured the country during that lockdown in June 2020, when her body was found hanging days after she was found, days after she went missing. Tshegofatso Pule's a pregnant body, that unborn baby inside of her, 8 months, as you heard the judge saying, a viable baby that would have survived had it been born. That child never getting a chance to live, as well as a life cut short. We heard from the family, we heard from community members, but also from the NPA. This is a wrap of that proceeding so far. We will be back in court on the 10th of April when sentencing proceedings will then begin. Back to you in studio, Zinga.
For that update on the guilty verdict of the murderer of Tshegofatso Pule and the mastermind there.